Okay, we're here with the Lenovo G470 for a laptop screen replacement. As you can see, the screen has been cracked. So we're going to start by removing these two rubber covers from the screw holes. Next, we're going to remove the two screws underneath. Now we're going to remove the front bezel from the screen. Start by applying pressure from the inside out, and all the clips should snap off. Okay. Front bezel then can be removed. Now, looking at the screen, it's held in by 4 screws. 2 on this side and 2 on the opposite side. You'll notice that they are recessed just a little too much to get to them without taking the top of the LCD brackets away from the back bezel. So we'll start by removing the 2 upper screws. Okay. Now, as you can see, that gives us some leeway here, so that we can undo the top. And we're going to have to do the same thing with the bottom screws. Alright. Once you unscrew both of these bottom screws and top screws, the back panel will release, at which point we can remove the screws on either side of the LCD hinge. As soon as you remove the third screw on the right side or the left side, you'll want to make sure you hold the LCD screen in place so that it doesn't bend the hinges out of shape. Okay. Once we've got that last screw removed, you can lower the screen onto the palm rest and disconnect the ribbon cable from the ribbon connector on the back of the LCD panel. There's both an adhesive on the back of the ribbon cable itself and a piece of plastic adhesive over the top of it. We can just remove it like so. Here's our new screen. Our screen should be oriented in the correct direction. And then we can reconnect the ribbon cable. Insert the ribbon cable firmly into its socket and reapply the adhesive. Okay. At this point, we're ready to reattach the LCD panel to the hinges using the 6 smaller screws that we removed prior. Once 2 screws are in place, the LCD panel will be stable enough that you can take your hands off of it and secure the other screws. 3 screws on the right side and 3 on the left. With the LCD screen reattached to the hinges, we can test. And we can see the screen is now working. Okay, so let's reattach the back bezel to the LCD hinge assembly. There are 4 screws that go on either corner. Just replace the ones that you removed. If you have any question about which of the two screw holes to use on the bottom, you can just take the bezel, line it up, and the screw that's covered by the bezel is the one that you want to put in. Okay, to reattach the bezel for the front LCD, we want to open the screen as far as possible. Then take these hinges in the front and seat those first, and then let it rest back against the LCD. And we'll just snap our clips. Same thing along the bottom. We'll replace our two screws. And replace our adhesively backed rubber screw covers. Like so. Alright. Last thing I like to do is just take a look at the screen to make sure all the connectors have snapped together. And the hinges as well. And that's it. That's the LCD screen replacement for the Lenovo G470.